Shouldn't be. Shouldn't be. Yeah, you're over there. You should have like. You should say blah.
It's like I was here just yesterday. Nice.
When you're having fun. I got them from Crawl. That's where Luna is right now.
Allie, what do you mean, pants lady?
You remember the last time Vita was talking with Crawl?
Oh yeah.
She complimented on her pants because her full picture, she got some really nice pants on. You're a child. It's acceptable.
Good. Thanks, Daddy. Talking to Kra.
No, I'm working.
Oh, so you buy. That's...
Yeah, the Crawl has mints. She does.
Mint?
Yeah, that's the well. There's fresh mints, which is extremely expensive, like actual fresh mint leaves. And then you can get actual mint talks, which is talc powder mixed with mint, which is basically Mentos or mints that you can. The reason why they mix it with talc powder, it helps put it together, and it keeps the. You can either eat it as candy or you can actually put it into drinks. It's a very diluted um, amount of mint, but it's mostly meant for um, personal enjoyment by diluting it in drinks or popping in your mouth as a candy or that type of thing. So,
What about mint?
um, that's available as well. Yeah, it's about as valuable as vanilla extract, though.
Which is a smeckle.
Yep.
And mangoes. If we need to spend the smeckle, we can spend the smeckle to get a mint extract. It'll be important
Very
to make our
powerful.
candy canes.
Yeah, it's very powerful, the mint extract, but so is vanilla extract.
Just talk it out.
Or mint. Oh, mint.
Yeah, you can either do trade. You can spend a smeckle to get some peppermint extract. You also don't have commerce.
That way, because like more.
That's why Luna was helping you last time. You can also put some of your mangoes down for a pelt or something if you want to work on that, or you can sell them to get gold. Lots of options. Correct.
Yeah, corn is grown on the light side. They'll buy corn, but it's not that valuable unless you've turned it to grain and it's vac sealed. So
Peppermint, salt, some garlic. Nutmeg. Some nutmeg, some I was gonna add it with cinnamon to good old fashioned cocoa.
Yes. Tea coconuts for your finest nutmeg. Coconuts here. Full.
Oh, is that Vita? As I come out from, I ask actually. I don't. I'm working right now, so I'll ask.
looks like it.
Oh, she wants to sell some coconuts. That's good.
Man the register. No
Okay.
discounts because of familiarity.
Hey, Vita.
Oh no, I have to face Luna's negotiating skills.
So you want to sell some coconuts, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got. I paid a friend, and I want to sell them eggs. And
Let me check our stock. How much nutmeg do we have, Matt?
Quite a bit.
Quite a bit. Coconuts are hard to come by because they're on the top of the trees. We have to sell them fast. What does nutmeg come into? just the plant itself, or is it the powder form?
No, it's a nut. Literally a nut.
Just the nuts itself?
Yeah.
Oh, it is, yes. Hmm. I will use the evaluates skill of commerce to try to figure out the value of nutmeg, Matt, because I have no
Sure.
idea. I will be rolling the 1d100 for you because I have nothing else to do for the situation.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Matt. I'm not that good.
Mm.
No, even when rolling a 1d20.
Also, I added a thing to your folder.
It's my folder? The man
Yes.
in white. Ah, that bastard. The blonde hair has come. Yes. Good cape.
You're the only one who's seen him without a helmet.
That's true. Owen has, though, too.
Uh-uh.
Oh, he didn't get to see that part of the vision. Okay.
No, he...
Because it was first person for him, right?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Okay.
He knows his voice, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Not bad. You actually almost overpay.
Oh,
Mm,
almost. I'm sure Krav
and
catches me before I do.
yep, she smacks the top of your hand with the flat of a blade.
Oh. Ah,
If you don't know, check the chart. You know how to read.
I
She pulls out a
do.
leather notebook, a leather-bound notebook, and she hands it to you.
Oh,
Market trends.
I will make sure to remember this as I literally try to memorize it. Vida,
You can
I have to.
consult it whenever you can consult it whenever you need.
Okay, Vida, I gotta
She's
take a little
constant.
bit back, but if unless you wanna try to negotiate a little more, maybe you throw in a few mangoes.
Yeah.
You're still getting one pretty sizable 10-pound bag for 3 coconuts because coconuts are actually more in favor than nutmeg at the
Mhm.
moment.
10 pounds
So
of nutmeg?
yeah, it's a lot of nuts.
That's a lot. A lot of nutmeg.
But it's in pure nut. It's in nut form. You have to do the shucking. You have to
Mhm.
do the grinding.
Yeah.
So
Vida, do you want to try and get a pelt? I think we got some pelts here. For mangoes. I'm gonna check the chart. Are mangoes in favor?
yes,
Ah.
mangoes. Um, you can actually see. Go ahead and make me a logic test because this is a very interesting thing Craw does.
All right. I don't have logic, but I'll roll the 15 int I got. Nope. It doesn't make sense to me.
That's a 1d100.
That's fair though.
A little more sense.
There's a division between seasons of its
Ah.
value. So you have to find the right season before you can consult the chart. Mangoes are just coming into season, so the price is high. But
Ah.
as summer goes on, and
Yes.
there's absolute crush of like demand dwindles as supply is steady. So early on, it's high demand.
Mhm.
But later in the summer, like in the middle of the summer, price of course declines for citrus and fruits because
Yeah.
especially
Good mango.
since summer, during the summer the heat gets to the point where you can actually harvest twice because the fruit grows so fast.
Right, and then that makes them more available, and which
Right.
decreases the value. Right, that's fair.
I haven't. Wait. Duck.
Okay. Yeah, you can do it.
Are good.
Okay, you should go with Olin or some other partner. Okay, so I don't want you to get hurt. But you do have your new pelts, and you should be able to get away real fast, though. I'm just okay. Thank you, Krav, for that experience. I will do my best and make you proud in the future, as Luna goes back to doing what she was doing. You want to? But he's saving his money for the alcohol. That's some information for you.
Well, true.
Looks like it has some sort of rainbow flowers to it. Yeah, he's an anaconda. Very big.
Just all coiled up on himself.
Ugh, another child. No. Are you stupid? Children are always stupid.
I have a lot to learn. I would call myself
I don't
stupid.
teach. I sell valuable books about magic, and I only sell to intelligent people. You can take my IQ test by touching the orb, but
I'm not very good at reading.
well then, be gone. I don't need you. You can't afford my books, and you're too stupid. Get out of here. One of your stupid kids already destroyed one of my books. Ugh.
Hashtag I am not responsible for this.
Like this guy because he's.
Does. Oh, good for him. Was he? Yeah, I figured.
It was a funny machine. Yeah, it's a. You have no idea what it does, but it's it looks like it's connected to this whole area here. The moment you approach, this panel opens up and an elevator comes up, and this person comes out. Customer?
You can find her in the section. Night market. 8th room, I think, is the proper pronunciation.
Yep.
Live under the market?
Yeah.
Convenient?
Can be.
Sell here.
Well, if you're tired of flesh and you want something better, I could provide that for a price. Or maybe you're accepting of your lot in life with the way your body's built, and maybe I can make some improvements. Human form, or, well, the biological form as it is has been tampered with, and it's weak, so it needs improvement.
I don't think I'm old enough to commit to something that drastic.
Well, I only take helium cells, so I don't think you can afford it anyways.
I don't know what that is.
Well, I do have guns, though, if you're ever interested. Laser guns. So, shield generators, personalized force fields, uh, camo cloaks. Again, I only take helium cells, but if you ever to come across them, I might be able to be willing to part with my wares. I do buy, on the other hand, and I also pay. Not in helium cells, but I do pay in the next form. I pay in schmeckles for them. Helium cells are actually fuel, so I'd rather not pay in batteries. If you happen to find some old tech that you have no idea how to work, or you just want to offload, I take the old stuff. I also do restoration work and repair, but again, I only take one currency. I might. I also do custom work, but that, of course, is the most expensive. But again, if you can pay, sky's the limit. Yes, yes, it is.
Talk to you later.
If you have the cash.
Yeah.
And she steps back in the elevator.
Is that a guy or is that a?
That's a person. Creature of the night.
This guy? He's shopping. He's talking with Innisbike. They're haggling over a weapon that he's very very interested in, and they look pretty engrossed in their conversation.
I can only see what you see.
Giant robot?
Yes, it's a giant death robot.
I was just daydreaming. Giant.
I mean, most of it looks like they're meant to kill. It's kind of scary, and it kind of tracks you silently. Doesn't move though.
I thought you were gonna go talk to Medusa. Yeah. So you can get ingredients from Craw. You can get pelts from Craw. You can go talk to the dog if you want to go get some electronics. I meant like electric car, some other type of thing. We'll get some money then.
For mangoes.
I don't pay in gold. I pay in products. I do barter. If you want to get gold or whatever else, go talk to someone else. Remember, Luna? We don't pay in gold. We get paid in gold, but we don't pay it out.
Mm-hmm. She's also the day market. She won't buy.
Clarity will enthusiastically tell you that if you want gold, go talk to ... man. Mr. Flock will be like, yeah, go see Mr. Clean. But yeah.
Oh, do you buy mango?
Probably get a knife or something from this guy too.
He looks at you, holds out a hand for the sack. Yep. He grabs it, opens it up, looks at it, starts taking out the mangoes and putting them into groups on the uh, table. And after a while, he pulls out a notebook, kind of checks it, rearranges some of the mangoes. Um, he has 3 groups of 10, and he holds up one finger and then points at a group of 3, and he waits for a response.
1 money.
He just stares at you.
Group 1.
He sighs, opens up a coffer, pulls out a gold coin, and taps it in front of the group of 3.
Okay. 1 gold. Goes mango.
And then he taps the coin in front of each group. There's 10 groups of 3. You get 30 mangoes.
How many times does he tap?
Once in front of each.
Can I tell why he divided it though?
You should know. I was thinking ripeness. I think he's asking, do you want gold for each one of these groups?
Make an int test or logic if you have it.
Spend 5 to get logic if you want. You can go look there. You have 15 ints, but you don't know if you have logic or not. Want to spend 5 to get logic? Now roll. You put it in there.
/R. I can make you a. Let me go to my macro.
She has 15 in logic as well. She knows, Matt. She screwed up. That's all.
That's okay. Do you see this in your bar now? You see a little in the bottom left. You see a little 1d20.
Not yet. It just refreshed, babe. Still not there, Matt.
Mm.
It's loading. Don't worry. Don't press it. We'll check her macros, Matt.
Um.
There now. I just need a click and bar.
Okay.
Yep.
Just so she can click it when she needs it.
They're helpful. Just a shortcut.
Okay. He, since he doesn't talk to you, this is his way of showing, what he's worth. He's willing to pay a gold coin for. So he's willing to pay a gold coin for 3 mangoes. So you have 30 mangoes, he can give you 10 gold coins.
Yeah, I might as well trade that because what else is.
There. He stacks the 10 gold coins in a nice little, uh, uh little tower, and he waits for you to take them.
Him and I put him in my pocket with bugs.
Okay, and then he takes the mangoes and puts them away under the counter. Roll luck. 2100.
Yep. Clicked it. You sure map's loaded now?
One of them's in there. Somehow another one got out.
Anything else you want to do in the night market? That's fair. Yes.
No,
No.
I don't. I like get more.
Do you want to get a
It is
sharp?
just
Do you want to get a sharp knife or something? Yeah. That man sells all sorts of sharp objects. They're all cool looking too. Like really cool looking, especially for kids. You know when you go to the mall and you go into one of those cool kind of antique stores or the like one of those novelty shops, and they have like a behind the counter and in the display cases they have all these like swords from well-known animes and you know really cool looking weapons. So like none of them look normal. That's basically his wares, but they're real. Yeah,
they look like. Are they new?
he sells both. Because some people prefer the weapon to be blooded before they buy it, kind of like a good luck charm type of thing. Some people want it so that it's a fresh blade. No one's touched it. There's no bad luck attached to it, or there's no history. So it's really preference. What it comes down to.
Does it have anything that looks magical?
Well, how would you know what magical looks like? I mean, there's some cool stuff that shine and glow, but you're not sure if it's magic.
I feel like as a 9-year-old, that would be.
It's up to you.
Do any of the glowy ones glow purple?
Yeah, there's one that has purple lights on it.
I think I'll get that one. Like purple.
Yeah.
I get it for gold.
Yeah, 1 gold coin, you can buy it.
I knife.
Now, can you lift it?
Is
Yes.
it heavy?
No. Yeah, it makes a nice little purple arc when you swing of light, and it also makes a vroom vroom like a lightsaber would. So
Just done. Well, there you go. Got a knife.
all right, you want to do your bloodline thing because you got a fancy knife, 9 gold coins, and you got to do your bloodline.
Bloodline.
Because when your team leader spent a lot of gold getting everyone extra
Awakening.
awakening materials.
Yeah.
So
You want to spend any merit before you do it? You have 45 left. You could do spirit selected bloodline, spirit selected bloodline. So 5, 10, which is 15. Spirit selected bloodline again, 30. And you'd have 15 left. So you could do either swiftness 5 and then swiftness 10 on it if you wanted to as well, selected. That's if you want to put them all into blood.
You'll get a lot more later on.
This is the only time you'll be able to activate it, so up to you.
Okay, I'll go all into bloodline.
Okay. What do you want to do? Swiftness, spirit, find, might.
Which one do you want to be higher, swiftness or spirit? Okay. So 30 in swiftness, Matt. 5, 10, 15 for 3 tiers, and then 2 tiers of spirit for bloodline then.
Please write it out for me.
Yep.
And then make that notation on her character sheet, pretty please and thank you. Gotta get really good at this notation stuff.
Yep, I've already gotten good at my notation stuff.
Okay.
I already did the math. I'll write it out for you, babe.
Okay.
Nope, you gotta be done through you. That's the way she goes.
I mean, okay.
Yes, it does, babe.
Seriously?
I'm progressive. Hmm.
Do you not work? Sand.
The gnomes did it.
Oh, fuck. So, spirit selected bloodline, spirit selected bloodline. Oh shit, that's supposed to be an X. Ah! Oh, it's needed. So.
What are the X's and W's?
X Swift. So, what she has is Spirit selected bloodline for 5 points, Spirit selected bloodline for 10 points, then she has Swiftness selected bloodline 5 points, Swiftness selected bloodline 10 points, Swiftness selected bloodline 15.
Damn. All right, here we go. You ready, Ellie? I'm gonna need your undivided attention for this because this is gonna be intense.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah,
you'll be ready. There's a promise. No, don't worry. So remember, you always get more than one chance. You get more than one chance. You get until the age of 16 to solve it.
Yep. And 13, you can go to talk to the lady that
And you
got.
don't lose your merit you invested in it unless you fail to awaken your bloodline by the age of 16. And you got a long way to go. So basically, the merit points you've sunk into it, it sits there, and it applies to every single try. Okay. So you're gonna find yourself in kind of it feels like a dark, stormy night, but it's kind of fractured, and um, the rain's not hitting you as hard, but it's absolutely pouring and storming out. And you're kind of in this warehouse area that also looks fractured and broken, and there's this giant gaping chasm in the middle. And there doesn't look like there's any way around it. And if you look behind you, there's just a drop that goes into the abyss. And when you look back, cat's there. And it jumps up into the chasm and then lands on a box, which materializes. And then it looks back at you. What do you do?
There's a chasm in front of me.
Yes. It looks like the floor of a warehouse that's just the floor gave out into nothing.
And the cat jumped up out of it?
No, the cat appeared out of nowhere because you were kind of looking around. Stormy night. The window, the walls of the. It looks like you should be inside the warehouse, like right at the entrance door, and you're on like a floating strip of land. And this world kind of looks fractured and broken, like pieces are not all there, but they still make a resemblance of what it should be. Like a wall would be kind of missing pieces. The glass is blown out on one of the windows, but the glass shards are still like floating nebulously about. Yeah. The pieces that are broken off of the building float kind of like an orbit, kind of around where they should approximately be attached to, but they never come together. The floor to the warehouse is gone. It goes into a chasm of an abyss. And when you were looking around trying to figure out what the frick is going on, a cat appeared in front of you, and it kind of went over to the edge. A box appeared, and it went and made a big jump and landed on top of the floating box, which just so happens to be over the endless abyss. And it just sits there and turns around and looks at you.
I'll like up to the edge. I'm supposed to go.
And he just kind of looks down and starts licking his paw. And a heavy lightning strikes, and the cat looks up, kind of squints at it, and then it gets up. Another box appears, and it goes and jumps on another one. Loading boxes.
I feel like I'm supposed to be brave and jump on the box over the abyss. I think Vita kind of like paces back and do I like
You have your your arms, your little tails now. You have them.
yeah, I guess well, but serious box.
Yeah, it's a mysterious floating box.
Still pretty scary.
But it wouldn't be the first time you jumped on mysterious.
But it wasn't over a giant chasm.
That's true.
Yeah, I think I'll like have to take up my courage. I'm gonna run back up, run, and jump at the box.
Okay. Jump. And go ahead and you latch onto the box like, oh my god. Okay, I'm on the box. Whew. And the cat kind of looks at you, meow, and a bunch of other boxes appear, and it starts to jump on them. And then 5 boxes down, it stops. Meow. It starts licking its paw again.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow it up the boxes. Like I'm a little now that the first box didn't appear.
Okay. Kind of plodding along. They're not too bad of a jump. Of course, you have your tails to help balance you. And then it gets to the point where the cat, when you start getting close to it, an array of boxes that are just kind of like where the warehouse would have stacked stuff. There's like little pyramids, boxes actually starting to move side to side. Um, it's a giant puzzle from what it looks like. And the cat starts to do some very impossible jumps that only cats do. And he kind of scurries along kind of the easy route.
Aren't you cat?
Oh,
Yeah, the cat did a 10-foot jump vertical and jumped up on a box really high. And it just sits there and just kind of
you're at it. Where are we going? I know
just
you
kind of
have
pauses and
answers
turns.
for.
It pauses, gets up, turns around, does a tail flick, and he kind of starts hopping on more boxes, but he's way up high.
Remember what your bloodline is. Bloodline.
Kind of.
Write down. Oh,
Doesn't have a name.
a name. Right. Name whatever you want. I remember saying that.
Uh-huh.
I may.
No, actually, not quite. Your bloodline is about controlling space. Like, specifically, to give you an example, when, uh, if matter uh, occupies or does not occupy a space. So it would, if you were to walk straight in a line from one room to the next, when there's nothing in the middle of the floor, there's nothing in the way. The space is empty. Uh, and then you also have the counterexample of, say, you're walking through that same room, but there's a box in the way. You now have to go over, around, or move it out of the way, right? If you want to continue in that straight line. So your bloodline has influence over manipulating objects in spaces.
Remember how the room has like a
Uh,
puzzle in it? Example, a pyramid of boxes. That pyramid of boxes. Weird quest.
Boxes, mind powers. I want to get up to the cat.
Okay. So you're just gonna pull the pyramid to you, or do you want to summon a bunch of boxes to you from the pyramid?
He doesn't have all the boxes.
Cat's like,
Yeah, has to be quite a few boxes. Hey, Evan, thanks for showing up. We're gonna finish Allie's thing, and then we'll do some cool stuff with you.
I am claiming some boxes.
Dude.
So, what would you like to do? You said you wanted to. Do you want to pull the entirety of this giant mountain of boxes, or do you just want to pull like a couple from the top and have them come to you?
Yeah, I guess I'll just pull a couple up.
Okay. They float over. They float over to you.
Around
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Cat's gone. He's way across the room now.
Okay. Up to where he was.
Okay.
Follow him.
How? There's some possible leaps that he did across diagonal floating boxes.
I will continue to move boxes. Continue to let me move them.
They certainly do. Do you just build yourself a little walkway, or do you get, or is it less nice?
I think if I've got this power, I'm going to abuse it. A fancy walkway.
Okay. Do you keep pulling from the pyramid? There's only like probably 10 boxes in the little pyramid,
I
or do
feel
you?
like I put like 4 boxes in front of me and then walk 4 boxes and boxes behind me, back and
Okay. They continue to shuffle, and you just kind of stroll down that. No more climbing, no more jumping. Just, I guess this is my life now. And the cat kind of cocks the head, and um, the room shakes after a massive thunder, lightning strike, and um, there's that overlay again from that mysterious place. And wherever this overlay hits, uh, the boxes no longer obey you. They're like stuck and glitchy in the place. So,
many boxes are affected by this.
um, pretty much all but maybe 5 in the area, not including the. You have 4 left that obey you because some of the other boxes in your little walk array kind of got stuck.
But I guess I'd like to gather with all the ones that I can move closer
All right,
to
so you got. They all come to you, and they make a little. Do you make a like a little floating platform, or do you just uh, continue the walkway?
I think I'll make like a platform so I can like look around and try and figure out where this place came.
Okay. Yeah. So go ahead and make me an awareness test. pretty hectic. You're not sure that the overlay is a little bit more dense. It looks like it's made of like some sort of swirling fog trapped in glass, and you have these jagged shards everywhere, and you'll have to reorganize your platform and kind of snake your way through the whole thing like a little obstacle course.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Just like a little.
Okay. Make me one more awareness, please. Awareness. As you're going through, it gets tougher and tougher. You lose 2 blocks on the way because a couple pieces of glass fall, but you got 7 left. And then when you reach, when you reach the very end, or what you think is, there's a giant wall of glass, that smoky stuff. There's a giant fracture in the middle, and there's one box there. Make me one more awareness, because that looks like that's the only way through. You hear a crack, and you see a bunch of glass shards start falling from the ceiling in this space.
I was gonna investigate the wall, but I guess I better hurry through this crack.
Okay. So you just rush on over and dive through before the glass fall?
I'm gonna be. I think I'm gonna more like speed walk.
Speed walk. You'll have to run.
I'll have to run.
Yeah.
Better run then.
Yeah. So as you run, you get there. It's just enough for you to fit through, and not your blocks to come with you.
Box.
Yeah, and they all get stuck and smashed by the glass. And as you look through, the cat is on what looks like an end platform that looks like a mirror to the one you started on. And there's this giant floating glass prism in this kind of an open chasm space. And the block you're standing on is stuck, but there's one block in front that's connected to this one that doesn't look stuck. Something's weird about that floating, rotating prism. That looks like it's trapped a bunch of smoke inside, and the cat's sitting on the other side of it, on the platform, waiting for you, licking its paw like usual.
What happens if I try to influence the prism and influence the boxes?
You feel like you got some attention.
I don't think that's a good thing. Yeah, I guess I'll get on the loose box and off over to the cat.
Okay. The moment you detach, the prism starts to spin, and it starts. The glass itself fractures, and the fractured shards come off, and they start to float, and then they start zooming at you like projectiles. And you can't afford to lose this box because there's no other ones in the room.
I'm just like, I think I'm just gonna like try to make myself really small on the box and try to move the box.
Okay. I just need 3 tests from you because the thing is trying to shoot you down, kind of like a turret would, and you're a little fighter plane, just kind of like no. All right. I need you to make me a willpower test to see if you can get this thing to obey you as best you can. Oh
no!
I need you to make me a agility test to see how well you can get this box to move.
Confidence, babe.
Pray
Confidence.
for me, John.
No praying. Confidence. you gotta believe.
Oh!
Yeah.
I believed in the you that believed in me, and I got it.
Okay. One last willpower. Hopefully it's not another one. Okay, that's not bad. So you're zipping around. I need 2 luck tests. Because the box doesn't obey you and it stops and starts, but it's very random, so it's like very unpredictable. And then you get it going, and then it starts to obey you.
Oh yeah!
So Allie, there's a cinematic moment where you're zooming really fast. You're making a final run at the approach, and then the thing shatters completely and throws every shard at it. And you realize the only way you can make it is to when the glass impacts the block and stops it cold. You need to make a leap to land on that last platform. Use the momentum from the block.
Yep.
Need you to make me agility test or acrobatics. There you go. Acrobatics or athletics.
I do have both of them.
Then roll one for each. Take the better. Good on you for being prepped.
That one. That one. I'll take that one.
Yeah. All right, and you fling yourself and you land top of your chest, smash against it, and then your little tails smack the spikes into the top to hold you, and they help you up.
Good. I'm glad I got these tails.
Yep, and as you're trying to pull yourself up, the cat comes over and starts rubbing against you, but it's your face, and you're trying to haul yourself up, and you're like, no, stop it,
Why
cat.
are you doing this? What
Okay.
do you want from me?
Yeah. And when you finally pull yourself up, and the cat's sitting in front of you, looking up at you expectantly. What do you do?
I
What'd you do with that?
well, I was wondering if I had any cat treats, but
Yeah.
all I have is.
You don't have any candy on you right now.
Oh.
Just you and your pelt.
What about my bug? I'll just pet the cat.
One moment, I'm receiving a call.
Done, Alec. Season. Very exciting.
The Chinese called me.
Ah.
Cat's sitting there, tail flicking, kind of looking up at you, sitting on its haunches.
Yeah, I'm gonna like pet its head.
It rubs up against your hand.
What do we do now? Is the
Kind of flicks its tail and kind of trots over and leads you to a box. This one looks like the top's already been broken open. You just need to remove away some of the bits, the little timber at the top.
First box that you
yeah, it's broken.
said last time.
Yes, this one is open. The contents within.
That top right off then.
Okay. You peel the broken timbers back, and there's a wisp of smoke, like the one inside the prism, and it's trapped inside the glass. But it's not in glass anymore. It's kind of like a little ember that kind of wisps and billows in place.
And it's inside the box?
Yeah.
Like oh
Doesn't do anything. And the cat just kind of continues to rub up against your leg, purring all the while.
I reach down and try to touch.
Yep. And it does feels warm, comfortable, mysterious.
Like take it out of the box.
Yep, you can. And when you pull it out of the box, it splits into 5 pieces. And they all circulate and undulate, and then they all dash into your chest and disappear. Okay. You have earned yourself the first 5 of your otherworld powers. Yep. So, John, if you could please help her write this down.
Yep.
Due to your investment, you are going to be given 15 power points. So each ability has a different point cost for use. Some of them are 1, some of them are much more. Remember when we were talking about if you ever use up your point cost for the whole day? Cat's World collides the same way if you get high. But you need to use these powers to manipulate stuff in Cat's World. And if you don't have any points, you're kind of at the mercy of the objects there. If you're sent to Cat's World and you have points, you can manipulate objects like you just did here. Right. These powers are, since you did investment into swiftness, I gave you 2 more. So the first power is simple. Move object for 1 point. You can move a single object that you could lift personally equal to twice your willpower bonus in squares. Doesn't move very fast, but that still means you can telekinesis stuff around. And as your willpower bonus gets higher, the more it can move and the more sophisticated the stuff. If you don't move it the full amount, you can literally just hold it there if you'd wanted. If someone were to grab it, they would have to oppose your strength mentally. So move object is 1. Most simple of the telekinesis. The next one is disappear object. It's actually pretty expensive. It's going to cost you 5. So what it does is for 1 round, rounds equal to your willpower bonus, you can have an object phase out into Cat's World temporarily. So you need to get past the door, and you're like, how do we get past door? You can use 5 points, and the door is in Cat's World temporarily. And you run through, and then the door comes back, and whoever's chasing you is like, you cheater! The other one is the exact opposite. Appear object. You can pull something from Cat's World to you. Same cost, and same way it works, but you needed cover, like you're getting shot at, and you're like, there's nowhere to hide. You can summon objects and build yourself something to hide behind, and they act like real objects. And yes, you can use them in tandem. So if you summon an object from Cat's World and you use move object on it, you can move it. Hmm? The 4th ability, again, not as expensive as the 2 or 3, but what it does is it allows you to revert an object to a previous state. So if you went in and you stabbed something and your knife broke, and you're like, oh no! Well, you can revert the state of an object for 1 round for 3
That
points.
work on living beings?
No.
I didn't think so.
Objects.
How much does that cost?
Wait a minute. It's 1.
Sorry, my supervisor called me. We have a meeting with Comcast Direct tomorrow, and I'm to be the timekeeper for the team. Yeah. So, does not work on people.
How much does
Until
it
you,
cost?
it is 2 points per quality of the weapon.
Project.
Per object, and it's a 1-turn reversal. You can of course improve this to include like 30 seconds or more to revert it back. But say you broke your knife, but it's a masterwork quality, and it shouldn't have broke. Well, you go common, average, good, best, masterwork. That's 5. So it's going to cost you 10 points to revert it back 10 seconds. So, and the last object, very expensive, costs 10 points. It's called Break. You summon Cat's World to slam an object into your reality. So you basically summon an object in like hammer and anvil style, and bad things happen when Cat's World hits one of the physical objects in reality. And but it either A does damage or it glitches them. You remember what happens when you get glitched?
You get
You
you get
you
bumped
lose your
out of.
turn and you're stuck in place. It does make you immune to damage, but they do take damage on impact. So basically, you can maintain the break for 10 points per turn, and they take that damage every turn, but you guys can't interact with them. So basically, you can like stasis someone for a turn and have them take damage. Mm-hmm.
How
Yep.
much does that cost?
10.
For secret special. Okay.
Yeah, and then you're sent back, and your body feels like it's on fire, but not in the painful way because your blood's boiling. You awoke in your bloodline.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Did you give her the 20 merit for finishing the night market and the bloodline thing for last session's end?
I include everything. Yep.
Okay, great.
She just
That's
hasn't
it,
been.
Allie.
Yeah, she just hasn't been doing much for her personal.
No, it's cool. No, you're good. You got your special other cat power things, other world cat powers.
Ah.
Yeah, you can upgrade them with merit. You can um, potentially. The only way to awaken more powers, though, is to enhance your bloodline.
No more spirit quests.
More spirit quests.
Matt, are you gonna give her 3 now, or is that included with the 5 there?
Nope, I'll give her a 3. So for completing your bloodline, the first option for a reward, you only get to pick one of 3. Um, is you get to pick a fate point, like a real one. An honest to goodness fate point. No, they can't be turned into fate coins, but it's still an honest to goodness once per session reroll. The second option is add another 5 power points.
So she'd have 21 total.
No, she'd have 20.
Didn't she get 1 for the very beginning though, or is that?
No. Yeah, you'd have 20.
Sure.
Yep. Or you get basically fractal armor. So what will happen is you basically have shards of glass from the cat's world ghostly orbiting you, and they add 2 armor,
You're invisible.
and it always applies.
Yeah.
And you can upgrade that to the point where, because they are shards of glass, and you can even potentially make it so that it's reflective against lasers, or you can have it cut people, or I don't know. Okay, go ahead and add a fractal armor, and then make sure you emphasize cat's world glass in the side. So congratulations, Allie! Woo, we did it!
Did it.
Yep. Okay, Evan, are you still there by chance? Home G?
Yeah, give me just
Okay.
up a
Yeah.
match of War Thunder right now
So
on my last plane.
yeah, don't worry. Just let me know when you're ready. I'll chat with Allie a little bit more. Allie, yay, nay, fun or no? Yep, you invested a very large sum into your bloodline, and you succeeded, and the bloodline invested back into you. So, I gave you, due to your investments, 2 extra skills and 10 extra points to start after completion. So you also know how to potentially abuse your bloodline powers. Specifically, you're helpless in Cat's World without having any PowerPoints, right? And you're forced to go there if you run out. If you're sent there preemptively and you have a bunch of PowerPoints, you're actually significantly more powerful, and some stuff may not even require you to use PowerPoints.
Get high and then go to Cat's World.
Yeah, get high, go to Cat's World. Now you're there with your PowerPoints, and you're just like, box, get them! And then you smack them with a box, and they're like, where the fuck did that come from? Or you can be like, you have a standoff in the middle of a runway, and you got the arms dealer. He's like, it's very nice that you paid me my money, but now I have to kill you. And you're like, oh, hell no. But you already had a bunch of boxes stacked up in front of you guys. And when they start shooting at you, they hit the boxes because they're invisible.
So great.
Excited for when the villain excited and confident. Awesome. Like, box in your face.
And then you see and you see a a cliche KO. Yeah, there may not be boxes available in certain areas. It may be construction equipment or cars, which are a lot harder to move, but it just depends on where you go in the world.
Send all super buff.
You have a tattoo artist that can provide that. You can also, Aethrum will replace your weak flesh or enhance it with basically bio enhancements, BioWare. So you can get cybernetics or BioWare and tattoos, and you can get really pimped out.
Get the pimp. Yes.
Up to you. So there you go. So many things you can do, Allie. I'm gonna overwhelm you with fun things that you can do with your character. I will defeat you with fun.
You ready for the 7?
Almost. Already. Thought she was
We're good.
a bit long, so I started one more bit of something.
Got the Mirage.
Hmm?
Tricky fish.
And Evan, you already did your day market stuff, didn't you? You got your
Yep. Got my barrels of alcohol and a whole fuck ton of candy that we got to sell.
Yep.
also it's for the
Candy
night,
market.
the candy market.
Oh yeah. I just meant
Yeah.
in general. We got a fuck ton of stuff that we got to sell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Get me some cinnamon. I'd appreciate that as well.
What did you say?
Cinnamon.
You say cinnamon?
No, he went to the market, so he can't get spices.
I'll be able to get it from Chef, I think.
All right.
He's got some, yes.
I have all my other things I would need for that too, so that's
Maybe.
All right. Oh, where are we? We're at this creepy lady.
Yep.
All right, man.
You just got your bloodline awakened or your bloodline examined, and you were informed of what it is. You have successfully already done the day market because you got the barrels and whatnot. Now we're gonna go to the night market.
I don't know. Wait.
No. Mhm.
Awakening's after the night market. You got your pelt now though.
Yep, you got your second pelt added. It's finished, so you get your second upgrade.
Put that in there. Do I need?
Yeah, you'll have to whatever upgrades I told you they were. You
I was
add them.
not.
Oh yeah, you told that after Evan left. That's right. You told Hayden.
You decided to do the voice upgrade.
Yeah.
Yep. So you specifically wanted something for the screeching.
For triple distance on speaking ability, increase volume at will, and
Say the second one.
increase volume at will.
Yes, increase volume at will. It also empowers your light words, the ones that you use to get your words of power.
Mm-hmm.
So, anytime you were to use an ability specifically to those using those words, you got to roll twice to pick the better roll, or the worst one. I don't know. It was your choice. There we go. All right.
So that's all the upgrade. Roll
Yeah.
twice on
It's
him.
only level
You got to
2.
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only
Okay,
level
I
two.
was just making sure.
Yeah, you got to roll twice whenever you use your words of light.
Molten
You
blade stuff.
yeah, you get to control the volume at will. Um,
Well, that was part of it.
you also get to throw your voice like a ventriloquist would.
Yeah.
So, um, you can even have it so that you're speaking normally, and then your voice appears behind a pillar or something.
Night.
Yeah, these will only be available during the night, though. The third and last upgrade for this specific pelt. You get that screech you wanted. Against creatures of the night, they will make a toughness test, and if they fail,
What do you mean with the third upgrade? I get the screech.
you get that you get the actual sonic screech. Like you could screech earlier, but it it didn't have the potential to damage or stun.
You already. I mean, that's not what I have right here. You told me when
I
I
think
got it
Matt's
the
saying
first
of
time.
the third upgrade when you get it. When you do. You don't have it yet, right, Matt?
No, I'm talking
Mm.
about when I got it to begin with. He told me that what it gave me. It gave me or
Keep
triple
cutting
distance.
out. Like every other word you cut out. Like, get closer to your microphone, please.
All right, when we got it to begin with, he told me
Yeah.
that the belt let me triple the distance for my speaking ability, increase my volume at will, and throw my voice, reroll failed climbs, and sonic screech versus toughness to stun. That was level 1 what I got when I got it because I used it immediately to dispel something.
Well, now it
So
does
that's
damage. I don't think I gave it throw your voice at the first one.
you did.
Hmm?
You got it written down. I guess that's the way it goes.
Oh, I'm talking not like a ventriloquist. I was talking about your ability to send your voice. Oh, never mind. Let me double check your character
I wrote
sheet.
it down verbatim to make sure because I didn't want
Okay,
something
no,
like
that's
this to happen.
fair. What is it? Players, Evan, Uzi Man.
I was very disappointed.
in
I
my
forgot to see your
journal.
guys' pelts.
Give triple distance, speaking ability, increase volume at will, throw voice, reroll fail climbs, sonic screech for stuff, and roll twice.
The roll twice to on attempts to use molten blade is what you just gave me.
No, it's any, not just molten blade, any light uh, incantation.
I don't know any other light incantation, but I'll put
Still,
that in there.
it's still any light incantations.
All right.
The when you do a screech, instead of just stunning, it also can do damage. So it'll do 1d6 damage plus your fellowship modifier,
Oof.
Hold on. Hold on just a second.
and that's to any creature that fails.
It does what damage?
1d6 plus your fellowship modifier, so +1 for now. And that's any creature in the 45-degree cone
Yeah.
that you hit it with.
Okay.
No.
I was just making sure that I was clear on what was already there. I didn't
No,
want
you're right.
that to be.
That's as me as a GM. That's my fault.
It's all good.
Yep. Your third one, you get actual, honest to goodness night vision. I don't think anyone else in the party has the ability to look into the deep dark and actually be able to see. So without a light source, you can still see.
All right.
And
Wait,
you also
do we have our third upgrade yet? We don't have them yet, right?
some people have the third upgrade. This is still part of your second pelt.
Yeah, this is a level 2. Think of it like that.
Yeah. And then the last upgrade of the third or your second pelt is you have heightened sense hearing. The
Which
trait
gives you a
added.
plus 10 to your awareness for hearing. What it does.
Oh, it's Rosie. Hey, Rosie. Look at you. You're cute. Cutie snake.
Like I have plus 10 to my for taste. It's kind of.
Alrighty.
Hey, Rosie.
Night market time. First thing I'm gonna do at the night market is take Crawl my 10 coconuts that I promised.
Yep. You hand him in. She nods. Luna,
Mm-hmm.
what do you know about Night Howler pelts? It's okay to say nothing. It's better to be honest than to pretend.
I never got to see what Ozzy did, so I don't know.
Night Howler pelts are very interesting. They're one of the very few socially uh, adept type of creatures they hunt in groups. But they have a hard plateau.
Oh.
First pelt, very easy to get, very cheap. Second pelt, likewise. From there, the only way you can upgrade a Night Howler pelt is to get a Alpha pelt. Basically, the big nasty one, the one with one that leads the group.
Okay. So like the
But
lead singer, I guess.
no, basically, um, like the way you have a pack alpha, theirs has an alpha as well. They're bigger, stronger, faster, and they have very interesting, unique qualities. They're very hard to kill because they have absolute command over those who are in his pack. And they will usually die before you can even get to the alpha. The alpha also is very intelligent. It will run if it's in danger, like actual danger. So getting them is very difficult, but if you do have one, they're very, very, very powerful.
I need it.
I have one available, but like the Sun Eater carcasses, the most recent one, and like the Moonrunner, they're kind of a prize that most hunters and collectors like myself are loath to give up.
Yeah, Ozzy, my next one was like 50 smeckles, and it was very hard, but I got it.
50.
Yes.
Remember how much a smeckle is?
No, I gotta.
Oh, okay, I'll tell you later.
I'm going to
Matt.
charge another 50 schmeckles for this alpha pelt, but I will give you a little teaser. This one is durable. Its pelt is very difficult to penetrate, and most damage is mostly scratches and overall negated. The hair itself seems to be almost reactive, and it has a very large crest of that hair that runs around the neck down the body. It has a very adept tail that has a barb on the end. The size of it may dwarf you a little bit, but we can, of course, tailor that. It was also one of the greatest downfall was because it was too damn loud too often. It's not quiet. It boasted, and like to remind everyone of its ability to create noise in the night. I think we went out of our way to kill it out of spite so that we can at least have a good night's rest. So,
Interdis.
if you thought you were capable of noise before, well, you'll have to actually practice potentially on keeping your voice down. So, if you're able to have a light source with you, if you were to throw a, say, like those like a heavy firecracker with coupled with a voice screech, you'd be looking at a multi-area flashbang. And creatures of the night hate both of those things. Flash and bang.
You a flashbang.
Mm.
This is good information. I'll have to come back when I get some schmeckles.
If you want, Ozzy, we can put a down payment on it. It's best to do
Oh.
that. I had the same option, so if you want, we can. Oh, wait, sorry. Composing herself. If you wish, you can purchase this thing for a promise of payment, and you have to pay it by the age of 13, or it gets taken from you.
By the age of 13.
Mm-hmm.
That leaves me
We got a bunch of years.
4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Turn 50 shekels.
If you want to do it another way, you can, once you pay half of it off, you can get it, and then you have to pay the rest. Or you can wait until you have it all off, and we will hold on to it until you're that 13th year. Those are your options.
Or until you pay the entire sum.
Yeah.
The first two
Okay.
options are credit and
Right.
the word of trust, but if unpaid, it will be repoed from your person, along with interest.
I
If
never
you wait,
back out of a deal, Mr. Craw.
hmm,
A deal
the
is a deal.
hmm, um, I am a Mayoe,
Mayo.
but
Oh,
that's
well.
fine. That's fine. Gender is complicated and burdensome. Anyways, you can wait until it's fully paid off, and then and every right is yours. And I hold to my promises of holding on to a pelt for someone if they've already paid a down payment, even if there is a bigger offer. First come, first serve. Unless, of course, you don't pay. But
I think I could pay the debt by the time I'm 13.
50 schmeckles is not a small sum, and I won't accept gold. I do, on the other hand, like spices from the dayside, especially during their height of value, which would be best for you.
Well, I'll keep that in mind. But yeah, I wouldn't mind going into a little bit of debt for my pelt.
You want it now? Because I do need a down payment of at least 5 before I can hand it to you.
At least 5.
Mhm.
Do you have schmeckles, Luna?
I only have one to offer. But, yeah, you'd have to get it from someone else, I guess.
I'll,
You still have to make your deal with the alcohol, though, don't you?
I do.
Maybe you can
She
get a
wants
smeckle.
gold
Yeah,
for the
but maybe you can get a
alcohol.
few smeckles instead. You just gotta word it right.
Mm. I'll be back, Craw. Hold on to the pelt for me. Where are we selling the alcohol at?
Luna puts her hand down a little low for Craw to give a little half-half.
Mm. She does do high fives,
Well, that's good.
but she does give you a nod of acknowledgement.
Are you interested in some of our delicious alcohol?
No.
Ah. Who here would be, Luna? You know the night market slightly better than I.
Yep, go talk to Mr. Pike.
Ah, yes. The pirate. Wait, Spike
Mm-hmm.
or Pike? Okay.
In a spike, yeah.
How do you do there, pirate?
That I be. What about you, young laddie? What you be?
I know not what I be yet. Yo ho ho.
Hmm?
I know that I be a seller of alcohol.
Ah, one of the finest choices in the business. What
We've
ye be
got
selling?
we've got some apple pie and some pineapple surprise.
How much ye be offering?
Mm, I need about.
Well, he's
Let's
talking
see.
about like how much quantity are you trying to push?
I've got 3 kegs and I need to sell them by the keg.
Buy the keg, unopened.
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 Fresh keg.
I need to see the kegs to inspect their soundness.
That seems legit enough. I mean, let's see. Is T Lau here with us?
No, but they were brought on the wagon, and you have an adult with you, Kami.
I just
She's
kind of point. I just kind of gesture over to where Kami is. They're
Yep.
right over by Kami.
Onika and Kami bring over some of the barrels, and Spike examines them. They be well sealed.
They
Very
are.
good. Now, on to the business part. He puts a forearm on the counter and leans forward. What ye be wanting, boy?
Mm. Hmm. All right, let me think about it outside of character first for a second, because I know we need at least 50 gold for each keg, so it's 150 gold. But I also need some schmeckles, personally. So, and I also like us to make a little bit of gold, because we got to pay the 50 gold back to what's her name. If I get 60 gold and 5 schmeckles, that would be a little bit of a profit and a good start. But I got to start with 60, because pirate.
Just for reference, one smeckle is 100
One schmeckle
gold.
is what?
One smeckle is worth 100 gold.
Was worth 100 gold.
Yes.
Jake. I don't think I'm getting
Yeah.
schmeckles out of this one.
You don't know. He's a pirate.
Yeah, she gave me a
his
baseline.
alcohol is one of his favorites.
Your team has done their legwork. A lot of people would still take the alcohol off your hands, but your team has discovered that Innispike has a soft spot for fruit flavored fruit flavored alcohol that is of the warm and toasty side.
So, I wonder if I could get. I need 150 gold, so that's like a schmeckle and a half. But I don't think they're half schmeckles. So
No.
we can't get 150 gold, and then
So the original thing was the Tilly requires you to return an investment of 150 per, but that doesn't mean that's what you can get for the barrels. You could probably get way more.
right. That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying to figure out. How much more I can ask than the 50. Probably ask a couple schmeckles a piece from the pirate man. Let's start it. I start with 3 schmeckle a barrel and see what he says.
250 gold.
250 gold. Make it. I kind of strokes his chin.
That's pretty fucking good, actually.
Yeah. You know what? I'll take that deal. And I reach my hand out across my small hand out across his
Are you
table.
doing it per barrel, or are you doing it? You're doing an individual sale for each barrel. Or are you selling all 3 right now for the same price?
I was just gonna sell them individually too.
Okay. All right. He hands you 2 rusted bent bottle caps and stacks 50 gold coins.
And what will the first barrel be? Pineapple surprise? Or
No, it was you guys are doing apple pie first. He's most interested in the apple pie.
All right.
Apples.
I gesture back to the barrels. 1 barrel of apple pie left.
Same price.
Well, my stock has kind of gone down. The demand is the same.
Where you gonna else get a good price as such?
That's true, pirate man. Yeah, I'll run the same price for this.
Good doing business with ye. And he takes the other barrel. He puts 2 more bent and rusted bottle caps on the table and another stack of 50 shiny gold coins. His looks a little different. They look like doubloons, whereas others look kind of like the more English style flat ones. But yeah, these look like Spanish doubloons.
Yeah. I motioned towards the last barrel. Have ye any interest in pineapple?
This apple pie is an apple brandy. That looks like pineapple rum. I do like me rum, but pineapples.
I'll cut you a deal on it.
What
1 schmeckle.
1 schmeckle?
And 100 gold. Cut a deal, so we'll stay in good favor.
Hard bargain, boy. Can it all be gold?
That's okay if you want to make all gold, Lutzy.
Yeah, it can be all gold. I'll take 2. If it's all gold, I'd prefer 225.
That That I can do, laddie. I can do 225 in gold coins.
All
He takes
right.
the third and he fucking just stacks them by tens, and there's.
It's a pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Spike.
I
Have you any
hope you
interest
got
in
more
some toffee?
flavors for me and some more apple pie next time.
You want some toffee?
I'll pass, thank you, but.
Alrighty. Well, there's the alcohol sold. I'm gonna look. Let me look and see who else is on. I want to see. Alright. I know Sage Snoople. I can't sell to. Who is eighth one? I'm just gonna turn around to Mr. Hero.
Hmm.
Hi there. You have any interesting candy there, sir?
You're just handing candy out?
Oh no.
No,
Sale.
thank you.
Mr. Hero is a bit of a tightwad. I see.
Mr. Hero is the customer, that's why.
What about you, robot? I can't tell what this is.
Yeah, it kind of turns ahead and it kind of looks you up and down, and the frog on its head rivets. And
There's a frog on its head?
yes,
I need to
Yep.
zoom in on this. I'm excited. Oh my fuck. Nice. It looks like a little
Yep.
lizard. Yeah.
it looks you up and down. Non-solicited sale detected.
Not.
You do not have a sales license for this night market. You must seek Medusa to be able to sell wares outside of interactions with the authorized and licensed sellers.
Yeah, sure. Hello there.
And the head slowly turns its way and just watches you.
I was told I need to apply.
We lost you there, Ozzy. Maybe you lost me. Matt, you still with me? Oh.
That is possible. But the amount of space that I have is limited.
Oh, well, I won't take up much space. I'm a child. I'm really small.
Well, you would have to set up a sale location, and there's only one
Right.
spot available, and that is, of course, one of the least favorable spots, which is next to one of my protector drones. You probably saw it. You were talking to it outside.
Yeah,
Right next to
yeah.
it, there's a small space in which you could potentially set up a small stall. But let's talk about licenses.
Okay.
What are you planning to sell? That will
Um,
affect how much it costs. And yes, you have to stick with what you are licensed to sell.
Well, I know for sure I'll be selling candy. That's my main market.
I'm not going to give you a license to sell candy.
That's not it.
Go with one of the dealers.
We also, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a good bit of spices to sell to your night market folk, and plenty of alcohol. And quite a few people seem interested in that.
They're interested in procuring the goods themselves. They're not keen on having competition. You can be an easy supplier, which I don't require a license for, in which you can of course interact with any of the licensed buyers and sellers. But setting up a stall specifically in my market and targets spice and liquor and sweets, well, you're going to be competing with Craw, and she's not particularly friendly, especially competition. I don't exactly allow violence or foul play within the market, but that doesn't mean it can't happen outside of the market. So, Spike also collects a large sum of candy and sells at a very affordable price, as well as
Yes,
buys them.
he's bought quite a bit from me already.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly just
And
for himself, toffee and the like.
he does, but he also sells in bulk if at all possible. Um, specifically sweet ones, the one with the fruit flavors. He's particularly pleased with the flavors only found in the day. But you'll be immediately cutting into his profits and Craw's profits the moment you open it up. As you'll notice, not many people here can afford to purchase spices or are willing to pay for such. I myself, while running the market, am the local arms dealer. I also can, of course, afford and have a wide array of currencies in which to purchase said goods. I could give you a license. There is a monthly fee.
Mm-hmm.
You
What
can
is the
pay in
monthly
whatever
fee?
currency. You can pay in whatever currency. The original price to earn the license itself, I require 1,000 gold, and there will be 100 gold fee, which does include renting the space every month.
So like a thousand gold deposit and then a monthly.
Yes. If you
Hmm.
can't afford it, your stall does not deserve to be here because you're not really breaking in business. You are
Right.
provided protection within reason during the market.
Mm-hmm.
Your own stupid actions are not under that umbrella, but um, you will be protected from the other vendors if you are cordial and follow the rules.
This is a lot to think about. I'll have to talk to my pack leader before I make anything
Mm.
certain. But I just
I
wanted to
will
see.
warn you, I don't
Okay.
care what happens outside the market.
Right.
If Craw comes calling because you started selling spices and undercutting her ability to sell to her exclusive clientele, you won't survive. She is not a nice person.
Right.
In his spike, he may seem cordial and almost jolly at times, but he's still a fucking pirate.
See.
So he may not kill you, but he will take your goods every time before you even can enter the night market. Because transit to this space I have protected is not under the protection fee that you pay, only while you're here. So you can, if you can somehow prevent your goods from being plundered, good for you. And anyone
Good.
else who might want to invest. Yeah. And then let's not talk about what happens if you're going to start selling weapons. Because I don't allow too many people to sell weapons. Brenna has a unique type of weapons she sells. Weapons of sorrow. And very unique, almost one of a kind antiques. I don't particularly traffic in such goods. So, not much competition.
Eh, we
Cleaning
don't
of a
really
bloody.
have we don't
Hmm.
really have any craftsmen right now, and really no ability to procure a bunch of weapons to sell. The only thing I can do is make molten weapons.
That is a weapon, a unique type. And I have not is not gone unnoticed that you have availability to such weaponry. Those are considered exotic goods. I have a couple. Prena has a couple. Maybe cleaning of a bloodied blade has a couple as well. But no one is an official retailer.
Mm,
That does not technically step on anybody's toes,
mm-hmm.
but that will raise some eyebrows.
All right. Mm,
And they are very expensive. So if you're able to sell some, you might be able to potentially pay for your monthly fee with ease if done properly.
all right.
Um, I could also take payment in such goods to cover your down payment and also your monthly fee.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I will keep all of this in mind. Like I said, it's not up to me in the end. I do answer to a pack leader, so I'll have to talk to him first.
that is
I'm
very
very,
responsible of you. And of
very
course, come to me for any issues you might find yourself in with the market, especially if there's a one of a kind in your competition and potentially violent altercation with another patron or customer. I do settle disputes fairly and without violence if you feel threatened. That's just even as a customer. As a buyer, you get even more privileges. So,
cool.
or
All
as a
right.
seller.
Well, it was nice to meet you, Miss Medusa. I look forward to doing business with you.
As you. So, if you also have the need to just hash out details, um, you can always come back. I'm not exclusive and hidden away and impossible to chat with. I'm here.
Good to know.
And also, if you need guns, bullets, laser
Did you say?
weapons,
Did you say guns?
I have guns. Oh yes, I
These
have body armor. I
sure.
have explosives,
They're all the
um,
things that Ozyman like.
vehicles. I also sell vehicles.
Go talk
So,
to Prena. Man. Hey, Prena,
hmm.
you want
You
to
again.
buy some
Horned one.
cane?
I do not.
You want to let me try and shoot that gun again?
Why? You really hurt yourself last time, and that was because you were lucky.
I know, but when I was holding it, I don't know. I felt something. Like I felt like I knew how to use it.
Knowing how to use a weapon and being able to actually wield the weapon, very, very different.
Mm, you may be right. I'm still looking for
But
that flower, by the way. Could I get a reminder to the woods that like told me I could?
no, in the virgin woods that surround your, um,
Dark places in. Yeah.
yeah, you could travel during the day. They're probably going to be in some sort of very shaded grove. Um, yeah. So the real task is searching, looking, finding it. Otherwise, she wouldn't pay so much for a stupid flower bulb.
I'll talk to you later, Brenna.
If you are. The weapons I sell are not going to be sold very easily or quickly. If it happens to be here and you find yourself actually and finally able to properly wield it, and you have the cash, I can sell that gun to you. Don't particularly care.
Good to know. How much
But
does a weapon like that cost?
that particular gun, 3 maps, 1,000 schmeckles, 50 helium fuel, and a promise.
Promise.
Hmm.
Well, a
Or a
man,
favor, the two.
a man's word is his bond, I guess.
In this case, it literally is a compulsion, a chaos.
Sounds good.
My guns aren't cheap, but it does come with a full clip of ammo. And with that particular gun, you don't really need much. The gun reloads itself. Those it hits, they don't really get back up, including
I
vehicles.
like it. All right. Well, I think that's my night market done. Unless this
Okay.
McLean Kendra has any interest in buying some candy. Who? General Mr. Fix It of also drink sells drinks. Uh
Yes, the Wraith Metal hand cannon.
Ozyman approaches the dog.
Hey, 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 you got horns. Hey, you're cool. What?
I
Why
do
are they
got
red?
cool. I don't know. They were born with them. Why do you have fur?
I don't know. I just do.
Same thing with my horns, man.
Hey, what do you want?
Do you like candy?
No, I kind of like candy, but I don't really chew them or anything. I like soda. You like soda? I have soda. Here, have some soda. Hands you a little cup.
Ozyman tries the soda.
Yeah, it's
Slurp, slurp.
easy. It's grape soda.
Ooh,
You ever tried soda before?
I have not.
You know what happens when a kid drinks soda, Ozzy?
Yeah.
You have doomed yourself, young man.
Willpower not to be addicted to soda. Man, that's pretty good. That's good stuff. Oh,
I know. I'm working on different flavors. I need more fruits so I can make more soda. Whee! Oh, and sugar. Lots of sugar. Oh, so much sugar.
you need what? You just need fruit and sugar.
Yeah. Well, and some other things. A lot of other things. Like science. I use science.
So what do
Make it
I get
all.
if I bring you sugar and fruits?
I could fix stuff and I pay you for stuff because that's how business works. Yeah.
I like
You
you.
like chasing balls?
No, not really. Do you?
Oh. Yeah, I love the chasing, especially the bouncy ones, and they go all over the place, and they're like, "Woo, woo, 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 woo," and I'm like, "Oh, I'll
Have
get
one?
you! I'll get you!"
Does he have a ball on his stand?
Yes, he does. He has several.
Can I pick one up and toss it?
He immediately grabs it with his mouth. Just, oh, yeah, you have to be quicker than that. I'm really good.
I like the dog. Well, it was nice, Mr. Fish.
Hey, do you want to purchase a pack scratching device? And he kind of floats over, and there literally is a machine with an arm that has a little hand and a little scratching pose. And he kind of goes up and hits a bunch of buttons, and the thing, like how a massage chair does a motion over again. It does a little circle scratch motion, and he kind of presses up against it, like, oh yeah, that's the spot right there. Oh yeah.
No, it looks like you're really enjoying it. I'm gonna leave you.
All right.
All right, I think that's my night more. Oh wait, no, it's not. Luna, can I borrow that one schmeckle?
Yeah, how about... it's only 4.
Do what?
It's only 4. But
What's on?
we need to talk about something, though.
What's that?
4 schmeckles for the down payment.
Oh, have the four schmeckle. What do we need to talk about?
Your compatriot here is a shrewd negotiator.
Ozzy, make sure you don't tell Lilith about the Smeckles, okay?
Who is Lilith?
Who you got it from? Who we got the You know what I'm saying?
Tilly.
Lily.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tilly.
Tilly, yeah.
Don't tell. Well, yeah, no. I
Okay.
got you. She said I needed to make 150 gold, so that's what I made sure and did.
But remember, you took a percentage out, so let's keep that to ourselves, okay?
It can be done.
Okay.
You were given a receipt for each purchase within a spike. And Tilly is very, very keen on her bookkeeping. So
Better practice.
Perhaps we shall avoid going to see Tilly until I can get a little bit better penmanship. You know what?
the receipts you were given were on this kind of waterlogged parchment, stained, smells of salt in the sea.
Mhm.
And the writing is in this cramped, tight cursive. And there's a signature at the
Could
bottom.
I sleight of hand to manipulate this 4 schmeckel into 1 schmeckel on the receipt?
Yeah, if you have are you gonna just take your pen?
Yeah.
You only have a ballpoint pen, so.
What is receipt? Was it not a ballpoint pen?
No, it doesn't look like it's written the way with the ballpoint pen. No.
Hmm. Really?
You could always just say you didn't get a receipt, but at the same time, that's probably untruthful.
Yeah.
She likes when people tell the truth, remember?
I think I'm just gonna. So, do you have? You said you have a, right? Luna,
Hmm?
you have a schmeckel.
No.
You don't have a schmeckel.
We have one left in our team bank, but we're gonna have to save that. I've already put it down for you, the other one.
Oh,
I wasn't supposed to say anything, but now that you're asking about it.
hmm. I'm just gonna put the 4 schmeckles down and then tell Tilly the truth and be indebted to her.
I mean, you could always just ask Spike to not give you receipts next time.
That doesn't fix this time.
No, it doesn't.
I guess I'll just do that.
Next time, make a better deal with your percentage-wise. You know, it's really hard to get it to here, hey? I'm sure you'll improve, though.
Thought I read.
We won't be seeing her for a while anyway until we go market next time. So hopefully you can just find some way to work it out.
To just work out 4 schmeckles.
Or just however you want to do it.
So I'll just have to wait next time
Mm-hmm.
if I can get up in favor. I just won't get help this time. and that will be that.
Did you decide on what you wanted to do for your choice? Your 3 choices?
What 3 choices?
Now, half, or when you're done.
I wanted to do now, but I can't give these up, so I don't know. Can I not just do it the next time we come to the market?
Yeah. Again, if it's still there, but there doesn't seem to be any influx of individuals that seem to be in competition of purchasing stuff.
All right. Well, I'll just wait till next time, and I'll do the down payment then.
Okay.
And get it then.
Cool.
Spirit Quest time.
Yep. You can choose to do it now or later.
I'll go ahead and do it now.
Okay, so the way
Do it.
I wonder if the same thing happened to Matt that happened to me. Oh, nope. Back.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, my headphones died. So, there's several options of which you can go about your bloodline thing. So your fearless leader went out and procured extra awakening catalysts. So you're given a catalyst from Scow Ren, who's the bloodline mage. And she said, take it when you are most likely to awaken it by trying to provoke your bloodline and what it does. So,
Let's see.
Olwen was like, let's increase the factor by 100-fold. So he bought a Nightblood catalyst, and then he also bought an optional one that you can take with the other 2 to increase it even more. But it does force you to go on a spirit quest instead of just rolling.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, so you take all 3.
Yep.
The other players have, in some instances, spent merit because I will get you have 20 for finishing the night market.
Okay. Well, that gives me 29 total.
Okay, so
And I'm willing to dump all. Yeah, because I've got some weird negative, like some weird debt from my
Oh no!
right.
my
I'm sorry.
talent fitness.
You have 4 then because you had to put 25 on that, didn't you?
Do what?
You put 25 down on your debt, didn't you?
Oh, I already paid off the.
You already paid it off. Oh, never mind then. Continue.
Yeah. The 20 that I get from the night market will put me at 29, which is an odd number to sink all into my bloodline. But what I will do anyway.
That should not. They should always be in groups of 5. Where did the?
You told me. I mean, it's in my pet. It's in my point. I don't have it all like completely written down, but
Evan, what you've done is you've put more into your characteristics, right? You don't have them all at 15. Is that what this is currently?
Oh yeah, because you do. There are single expenditures,
Yes.
like 1 merit point expenditures. That can happen.
But there's also things that cost me 25 merit points are paid back as 26 and things like that. Like with my weapon skill.
Yep. So yeah, the
But,
you can spend by selecting a pillar and then doing the selected and then do bloodline. And then that will be sunk into the bloodline itself upon the awakening. So. You do not have to.
I want.
So, Evan, if you can, just choose a pillar and then spend your selected, or you can do multiple pillars and get more from it, but it's all about how you want to spend those 25.
I want
And bring your mic closer, my dude.
spirit selected. Y'all.
So, you're going to do it all spirit?
Yep.
Okay, so 5, 10 for 15, and you can... That's all you can do unless you want to put, like, another 5, 5 somewheres. You know what I'm saying?
5, 10, 15. Then I'll do the 5, then the 10 for spirit, and then And then 5 for mine. Oh, 5. Swift. That's all from our bloodline. So 5, 10 spirit, and then 5 mine and 5 swiftness. Should be 25.
Okay. You ready to go on a spirit quest, Evan?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So, spirit quest actually starts out pretty simple. You're sitting across the table from a smoky, wraith kind of figure. He sits very kind of prim and proper. Maybe you can see the outline of a suit, but at the table, um, it's just you and that shadowy figure. But the room is actually quite brightly lit. It looks potentially like some sort of game room. There's a bar. There's non-descriptive, but undetailed other background figures. When you look at them, they're blurred.
Mm-hmm.
Literally no detail, but they're kind of a part of the theme. And it's just you and this individual at the table. You have a bunch of chips. And it looks like you're playing some card game with some creature across the way.
Mm. It's him.
And a whisper kind of creeps almost. It's not spoken to you directly, but you can almost feel it kind of creep and shift like the way a fog would across the top of the table. And when it reaches you, you hear, "What's the stakes?"
All in
On the first hand.
on the first hand.
Bold.
Does no
I wish you
does
luck.
does no good to be meek.
There's a merit in that, but there is also merit in avoiding foolishness.
That's true.
The name of the game
Mm-hmm.
this time, pick a card.
Any
And
card?
the individual who is dealing, he looks like he's wearing some sort of Guy Fawkes mask.
Mm-hmm.
And the dealer shuffles brilliantly. Like the cards fly in orbit and you catch brief glimpses, but at the very end, he does this kind of a in out shuffle as most like different parts of the deck shuffle itself intermittently and randomly. And then he puts the deck down and then with both hands on the top, and then he flicks left and right. And all the cards perfectly line up, all 52 of them. Or is it 54? And they're all face down. They all look the same. And the individual kind of leans forward and steeples on his elbows. And you can feel him just observing. Name of the game is pick one card. The most powerful suits are, first, spades, then clubs, then diamonds, then hearts. If you have a greater suit, it is trump to the lesser ones. You always want a spade. You want to avoid hearts. Base cards go in order and are considered the most valuable. And if you happen to be lucky enough to find one of the jokers, you win. As long as the other person doesn't have pick the other joker as well.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So, most powerful card besides the Jokers would be the Ace of Spades. Aces are high, not low.
Right. So do you just want me to roll the 1d54 and pick a random
No.
card here, or what?
Luck. No, I'm just gonna have you roll luck. 1d100. Lower is better. You pull the King of Clubs. And the individual nods, and his hand kind of 6 inches off the table. He kind of slowly moves it left and right across the cards, and he pulls a Joker. Next time,
May I scrutinize?
you can.
Perception as well. Oh, I rolled a fucking 1, of course. Ugh.
See you next time. And he rakes your chips. And you're sent back cold and shivering.
Did he roll for his pick or what?
No, he was. You're not sure. You rolled a 1. Like,
No, I mean
and,
after the 20, after I rolled picking my card.
again, you're not sure. If I did roll, it was on a GM layer.
Hmm. Quest failed.
You can try it as many times as you want, up until the age of 16, and then you can no longer activate your bloodline. So, he says, see you next time. You just gotta spend 3 gold to get the catalyzing agent from Scow Ren, and then the other 2 catalyzing agents from Craw, and you can try once a day until the age of 16.
Alrighty.
It's okay, Hayden. I'm Hayden too.
Yep. So, you could try different things next time. You're not sure if it's gonna be the same game, but it could come down to luck, or it could be something else.
My
Because
suggestion is just remember your bloodline. Remember what it is. Go
Yeah.
from there.
Well, that's why I tried to scrutinize and I rolled a fucking 1.
unfortunately, and you also went all in instead of playing multiple games to try and
That's
kind of
true.
learn what's going on. Because if you only bet a couple coins each time, then you could actually play multiple rounds and maybe learn.
All right. I had to try it. I had to try the big nuts the first time.
Hey man, you could have. You
I
gotta roll the 20.
I support it. No, it was a 1d100.
Yeah.
You would have to. He could have killed it.
Alrighty. Well, that was fun. I'm glad I got my night market stuff done too.
Yeah. We were saving that for you, Evan, to get that good old barrels done.
Yeah. Mm. What has John done his request yet?
Yeah, it's recorded if you want to listen to it. I was
Yeah,
kind of hoping
so-
you would listen to those, get an idea, but
Oh, whoops. I'll
Yeah,
probably go back and listen to him.
yeah, start it where
Yeah,
I set for you timestamp.
everyone has done theirs with the exception of.
Jenny?
No, I think everyone did theirs.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, Jenny and Nika, they failed theirs. They have to
Yeah,
try again.
exactly. Yeah, now everyone's done their bloodline.
Yep. Flock has unfortunately failed, and then I think everyone else passed.
Yep.
Some are everyone's bloodline is drastically different than others. Some of them are skill, some of them are a challenge, some of them are like problem solving, some of them are just go along for the ride. Some of them are choose A or B, and you're like, oh god, 50-50. You know, so don't worry if you fail. In fact, you can try it like thousands of times if you were to invest 3 gold a day. It's a lot of money, but
The only problem with
mean-
yours is, Evan, is that our bloodlines are based off of our patrons, and your patron is not a very forgiving patron.
No.
but he does
Yeah.
enjoy a good gamble.
Oh,
Good,
yeah.
good risk, good little game. And you can feel that if you can win, oh, is it gonna be tasty? And there's Pinky promises going to be the least of your powers.
And don't forget those merit points you've put into it also come up for the next.
Yeah, you don't waste the merit point expenditures. They're invested, kind of like the way you would a deposit. When you
Right.
complete the
Yeah. I heard how Ellie's went. How she had spent hers and then she
Good.
got stuff after.
Yep.
So technically, I could do it again today if I spend 3 of the gold that we made.
you have to wait 24 hours.
Oh, wait 24 hours.
Plus, go back to the night market. Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then unfortunately you have to go back and get
Okay.
you have to go back to Scouren during the day, and then you have to get at least 1 vial from that individual, and you're not sure if you can get more. You'll have to convince her, and then you'll have to get some from Craw. Craw's easy. She will sell you as many as you want, so
Okay.
that's not the bottleneck. But yeah, Owen spent a pretty sizable amount of gold coins getting you guys the extra vials. So I need to use restroom. I'll be back.
You also get some good lore if once you do listen to it all, because they're interconnected. Plus, you get to hear Hayden being blue. That's always fun.
What's new?
It was a cat. Whoa.
Probably best. And the